What is going on, guys? HikeTheGamer here and welcome back to another video. Now today is an Xbox One only news video. Tomorrow we do have a PlayStation 4 video for you PlayStation 4 fans, but today is dedicated to the Xbox One. We're going to be talking about Titanfall, Minecraft, some system updates and a little bit of extra additions that may be necessary to some people here. We don't know, we'll find out. So to kick off the show, Titanfall is coming right round the corner and we do have the beta probably coming just before Valentine's Day, if not on Valentine's Day. Sign-ups are supposed to be later today, even though I don't think it's going to be, or tomorrow. So hopefully we can get to sign up. I'm going to be signing up as soon as possible. It may be mid-lesson, and I'll be there signing up, maybe middle of the night, and I'll be signing up. Whenever I'm going to sign up like first, because otherwise I might not get a spot in this beta. I'm really going to get in this beta. I want to see what it's like. I'm definitely getting the game, but I want to see what it's like before I get the game. Bring some content to the channel if I can. You might not be able to, because with the Elder Scrolls beta, I knew you kind of couldn't for a while. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I can get the beta. Obviously stay up to date with the Titanfall news and beta by following HikeTheGamer on Twitter. I'll be posting as soon as you can sign up. So literally as soon as I can sign up, you can sign up, because I'll post it on my Twitter account. But I'm really excited for Titanfall. I've been watching gameplay over and over. I personally think it's the successor to Call of Duty Ghosts this year. I didn't really like Call of Duty Ghosts this year. Titanfall is made by the people who made Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2. And they were the games from Call of Duty I kind of really enjoyed a lot. Along with Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 and World at War. I've liked every Treyarch game. But the ones I really did like from Infinity Ward were the ones that are now at Respawn, the guys now down at Respawn. The game looks insane, the game looks fantastic. I'm not 100% sure on the resolutions of stuff. Hopefully it's running at 1080p 60 frames per second. That will be pretty epic. The cloud support's going to be great. 6v6, I know a lot of people are complaining about that, but I personally think it's going to be pretty cool. I don't want to be dying all the time because of these overpowered Titans. If you've got 12v12 and 12v the other team are in Titans, it's a little bit silly. So 6v6 with a lot of AI that you can kill makes it kind of even. You can get a decent amount of kills every game. You don't get too annoyed. You enjoy playing the game. I personally think it's a great level. I'm really excited. Hopefully you guys are too. Obviously I'll be getting this on day one. I was going to get a Titanfall controller because they do look nice. But then it just came down to the fact I'd probably keep it in the box and never use it. What's the point in that? I mean, it'd be like 30 years before it's worth of anything of value. So yeah, moving on. Most of you guys who have an Xbox One are probably coming over from Xbox 360, and if you are coming over from 360, then you probably will have had Minecraft at some point on the 360. Minecraft was a huge game. As of this day, it has sold more than 8 million copies on Xbox Live. It is insane. It is, I think, one of the biggest arcade games Xbox has ever sold. I really enjoyed playing it on 360. I prefer it on PC, to be fair, because you get the infinite worlds and it's more updated. But if they can do that on Xbox One, which there's some leaks recently that's saying that they might be able to, which we'll get into in just a second, then I think it will be my primary source of where I play Minecraft at. For Minecraft on Xbox One, we have had a little bit of leak details. Title update 14 looks like it's going to be standard. That's going to be starting point for the Xbox One version. Mojang and 4J, whatever it is, when you release the Minecraft for Xbox One, I definitely think you need to have these few prerequisites in there to make the game as best it can be. The Xbox One has enough processing power as a medium range gaming PC, maybe medium to low range gaming PC, and they can handle infinite Minecraft worlds perfectly fine. Get infinite Minecraft worlds in there, a lot of us will be happy, a lot of us will be really excited. Dedicated servers is also something that needs to go in there. I really like dedicated servers for one thing. If you don't know what a dedicated server is, basically it's where, like, on 360 you could have servers and you could run up to 8 people, but then the server would completely stop if the host went off. So like say I was hosting a game and I had 6 other friends playing with me, and I decided to go off and go to, I don't know, a family event or something. The other people on the server wouldn't be able to play, and the game would pause and the weather would pause and the time and everything would pause. Dedicated servers is totally different. It always runs constantly on a remote location. So for Microsoft and Xbox One, it would be the cloud support they have down at the Microsoft cloud server base or something. And the game would always run, so you could log on, and like 8 of you could log on at any time you want, make additions to the server, and you could be doing this alone. You wouldn't need an individual person to host the server. It'd be great, and I think everyone loves that. So you can keep your farming going, whether that be mob spawning or animal farming or whatever. You can keep that going. You can keep your crops growing. The weather keeps going. The cycle keeps going. I think it's just the greatest part of Minecraft to be able to have dedicated servers if you're playing on a server. It's what makes the game social, and without the dedicated servers, I just feel there's no point in doing the multiplayer online. I rarely played it sort of on 360. Another big thing that I want for the Xbox One version of Minecraft is definitely the addition of getting right up towards where PC is. Like the Xbox 360 was always quite behind in terms of what PC was at. If Mojang and 4KJ, whatever it is, can keep up to date with what PC is at, then the game will be a huge selling point. I think a lot of people from PC might drift over towards Xbox One, Xbox 360 if you get that updated as well. I know it's going out to PlayStation 4, but as I said, this is an Xbox One only video. We'll talk about this tomorrow in the PlayStation 4 video. And PlayStation 3 video also, obviously. There's pretty much my hopes and wishes for Minecraft. Title update 14. We did have a few leaks to say that it will be coming soon. My estimate is mid-March time. Hopefully it's in the first half of March, because there's a lot of games coming out in the first half of March, and I think it'd be a pretty good aspect and area to release it then. But we're getting off course now, so moving on, we've got the system updates, and the system updates will be coming tomorrow. Actually, I'm recording this on the 10th of February. On the 11th of February we've got a huge update coming, and that doesn't really do a lot in terms of functionality. There's a few minor things, such as the addition of controller and mouse, where you can use your controller to control games, which will be pretty cool if you're a PC gamer. You come over to Minecraft, like I said before, you'll still be able to use your controller. You'll just be playing with your friends on Xbox, which is just a great addition. You'll be able to search for things using the controller, not using the keyboard, sorry. You'll be able to type messages using the keyboard, which is just a lot faster, obviously, than using the D-pad to scroll to each individual letter. So they got that coming in. They've also got a few other things coming in. It isn't really substantial though. That is like the kind of main thing. The other main thing, but it doesn't really matter right now. I mean, if you've only got a few games, it's not going to really matter to you. But you can now, when this title update comes out, actually see your storage space on your hard drive. Obviously, as you know now, it is kind of locked and you can't see how much you've got. This title update will come tomorrow. It's probably going to have a few gigs, not going to lie, it will be a few gigabytes, probably. From what I've read of it so far, but it will allow you to see your storage space, how much you've got left, delete things, copy things over to a pen drive, just move, copy, all the stuff you could do on 360, but now you can do it on Xbox One. That'll be coming over. I'm really excited for that. There's a few other little bits of stuff, but they aren't really that important that you can go check out. I'll leave a link in the description for you. There is another title update, well, not title update, there's another system update coming for Xbox One just before the release of Titanfall. Titanfall, I think, is on the 14th of February, 14th of March, sorry. Don't clarify me on that, I've not fully done my research in a few days. 14th of March, I think it is. Title update, I think it's coming on like the 4th. Obviously, go check that yourself, I'll leave a link in the description and stuff. But there is a title update coming out just before Titanfall, not title update, system update, sorry. It's coming out before Titanfall, and that is, updating parties, because the party system's a little bit crap right now. You can't really. If I want to play Forza 5 and another friend wants to play FIFA 14, you can't really do it. You have to be in two separate parties, which is kind of annoying. So that's they're going to work on that, and hopefully that'll be out before Titanfall. And they're working on a huge multiplayer system. That's going to update the way you invite friends, and the way multiplayer really works. I think they really adding support in for the cloud, I think cloud support is really going to start overtaking from now on when this system update comes out. Obviously, because Titanfall uses quite a lot of cloud, so I think this is why the system update comes out. We've talked for quite a lot now about system updates and all that stuff. There's a little bit more that we need to talk about, and we'll get into that now. Alright, there's two things I want to talk about really quickly, and they are Microsoft allowing developers to use 8% more GPU processing power and GTA 5 on next gen. So we'll kick off with GTA 5 on next gen because I think that's a little bit more interesting to the consumer, well, to you guys really. Unless you're really bothered about the 1080p thing, then we'll get into that just in a little bit. Anyway, GTA 5 next gen. I definitely think it's coming. There is obviously no confirmation on it. It is definitely, I can promise you 100% that it's definitely coming out for PC. If it's coming out for PC, I reckon they'll release it on next gen. Don't quote me on that. I'm like 95% sure about next gen. If they release it on PC, why not release it on next gen also? It's not really going to hinder them in any way. Release it on next gen. They're still going to get a lot of sales on next gen. Obviously, it won't be anywhere near what they got with, well, past gen. Well, I don't know why I keep saying next gen. It's current gen now. So I reckon, yeah, it's definitely going to come out. 95% sure for next gen consoles, and definitely 100% sure for PC. Definitely coming out for PC. Next gen, I'm really excited if it comes out next gen. I'll definitely be buying it. I think it'll be a lot beneficial. I think Rockstar know that a lot of people sold their PlayStation 3, sold their Xbox 360 to buy PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and consequently, they don't have GTA 5 anymore, so they can't buy the DLC when it comes out. They can't use the heists. They can't use the story update, well, story DLC when that comes out, whenever that's going to be. So I think if they bring it out on next gen, bring it out on PC, they've got a base platform, then they can start selling the DLC on both platforms. Then you're sorted. Rockstar sorted. We're happy because it's the next gen. Got improved graphics, improved performance. I think we're all going to be happy overall. Rockstar know that. I mean, I've developed games in the past. And if I was a huge developer such as Rockstar, this would be definitely where I go. Games me more money, well, again, Rockstar more money. I mean, the consumer, us as gamers, would have a much better time because it's on next gen. I mean, who can complain about that? Greatest game probably of past gen, now on next gen, would be great. Talking too much about that. Next part, 8% more power on the Xbox One for developers, which is a huge thing. Kind of means like some of the games such as Call of Duty Ghosts, which were running at 720p 60 frames per second, can now run at 1080p 60 frames per second. Don't think every single game can run at 1080p 60 frames per second. They can't. Not even every game on PS4 runs at that. I mean, you've got like Tomb Raider the Definitive Edition on PlayStation 4 totally outsold the Xbox One version. Mainly because of performance, obviously, and mainly because of people having a PlayStation 4 over an Xbox One. But biggest misconception about that is that the game on PS4, that game, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, on PS4 ran at 60 frames per second, 1080p, forever. Most people think it just does that and stays there, and they think it's absolutely amazing. But okay, I mean, I'm kind of favoured towards the Xbox One. The PlayStation 4 is a superior console, to be fair. It is much better, but it doesn't do that, I'm afraid. It doesn't always stay at 60 frames per second. It does run at 1080p, and so does the Xbox One. And the Xbox One kind of buffers around 30 to 40 frames per second, whereas the PlayStation 4 goes from 40 to 60. So they aren't that like different, really. So biggest misconception about that really is the way they run. But Microsoft allowing, GPU updates of 8%, which is pretty big. Definitely improve some performance. It's not going to be as huge as you might expect. You won't be getting games such as Battlefield running at 1080p because of that 8%. You'd need at least 20% more to be able to do that. Like the PlayStation 4's got 50% more. And 8% isn't really going to do much. So if you're ever looking for 1080p on the Xbox One, you're going to be a few years off yet. These consoles, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, no matter how good you think the PlayStation 4 might be or how bad you think the Xbox One might be, neither of them will last a whole decade. Neither of them will last 8 years. They'll probably last 5 or 6 max. They're both just not as good as the PC counterpart. PC's still miles ahead, and you know they'll always be getting ahead. We can't afford in 5 or 6 years' time to be running on 8 gigs of RAM still, and you know some crappy 850 megahertz GPU. My PC, which is built like a year and a half ago, it's got 2 gigs of RAM. It runs a GTX 660 Ti. I mean, that's the whole. I could have built the whole PC now for cheaper than the Xbox One, and the PC is a lot more powerful. So you know, the Xbox One, PlayStation 4 aren't going to last a whole 10 years. Don't think they will be. I'd expect to see an updated version of each console coming out in the next 5 or 6 years. Could be wrong. You know, Microsoft, Sony, you know what they're doing. I'm just a 16, 17-year-old boy guy who thinks different. I've been HikeTheGamer HD, as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much.